Collector Corral with Gem Minted, and today we have a special of 5 beautiful Lorcana cards. Now, out of these 5, how many of them do you think are Gem Mint quality? Well, if you guess all of them, you're not wrong. Of course, we are Gem Minted, and we strive to have as many Gem Mint cards as possible. With that being said, no, they're not all the same cards, so they are different. It may be the same character, maybe, but it is different cards. So I have a special treat for us today. This set here of 5 cards is actually from the first chapter of Lorcana. Yeah, wow. So with these 5 cards, I'm a huge fan of Lorcana. Y'all probably know that. And you know, it was pretty hard to get the first chapter when it first came out, but it was easier to get these slabs earlier this year. I think it's getting a little bit harder now. I think more people are coming into the hobby, which is great. Of course, we welcome new people all the time. Keeps the hobby growing and thriving, and that's what we want, right? We want our passionate hobby to keep growing for more people to join us. And as much as the good times last, we want to enjoy them. So I just want to share with y'all today these beautiful 5 cards that I was able to pick up. We'll start from right to left, and I'm not going to be guarding these cards up, but I will putting bumpers on them, so when I do have them stacked or wherever I place them, it could at least minimize the scratching, just because I am a firm believer that, you know, 1, we work hard for our money, 2, we want to make sure that the things that we buy, we get to preserve them for as long as possible. And 3, that we get to admire the artwork as much as possible. So for right now, I will be inserting bumpers into these cards, and possibly in a future date, I may transition them over to like graded guards, where they're essentially covered from the back and all 4 sides. Alright, so let's begin with yes, Mickey Mouse Wayward Sorcerer. He always goes for the clean sweep. So this isn't a PSA 10, beautiful card. I'm gonna do something else today in addition to just showing these cards. I will be cleaning them just because I did notice that some of these have like a little smudge here and there, and we don't want that. We just don't want that. This is from my previous graded guard video. Came with a nice little towelette thing to clean, so it would be nice if I switch it to on, right? There we go. Alright, so let's do that. Reason I want to clean these up is just because, you know, it's always nice to keep them as pristine as possible. And look at that. That's what we want. We want a beautiful shine. Okay, so question. Purple or yellow? Purple. Yep. So I don't know what brand these bumpers are. I just kind of got these off one of like the sellers I usually buy. But again, these are just bumpers. It was advertised as such, just bumpers. It's my first time using these, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But they're not graded guards. Graded guard has like this back covering, which helps with like, you know, protect the card from the front, from the back, and it is risen from the top, so you are able to essentially, if you stack them, you don't have to worry about it, right? Yeah, as you can tell, this is my first time messing with these bumpers. It's a good deal, but you know, there we go. Okay, cool. So I guess if I go to a card show, I can kind of put these on the cards just to give them extra security, extra protection. Something is better than nothing, guys. I shared this in my video before. You don't necessarily have to use graded guard or whatever brand of your preference is. There is a price point associated with it just because of like the peace of mind that you get with it. You know, you understand that if you are buying a good brand, that you will have the protection that comes with it. This, for example, is just a bumper, This was probably like $3, honestly. Like it wasn't, not even $5. But if I put it down, it's a little bit better than having it raw like this. So just keep that in mind. And of course, I know exactly what I paid for. It's not like I'm expecting something grandiose, right? Like it's just something to keep them protected while I'm able to place another order of graded guards. Might use a different company, not so sure. If you have any recommendations, please put them on the bottom, just because it will help us like better understand the, you know, the essentially the reputation of other brands. But yeah, I mean, that looked kind of funky, huh? It was kind of weird. I'll probably put these in better after our video, but I don't want to bore you with like multiple stories. So let's move on to our next one. And we'll keep them looking funky like that until until I slide them in correctly. All right, second card. Dun dun dun. First chapter. What do we got? Yee. King of Olympus. And he's gonna need a new business card. All right, so let's take it out of this plastic and admire its beauty. There we go. Spray it a little bit, right? Let's clean this up. There we go. Okay. I think that looks nicer, right? Yeah, looks nicer. Yeah, nice. King of Olympus, beautiful card. What do we say? Orange, light blue, or yellow? Well, lucky for us, I got yellow. Yeah, let's go. All right, so I'll see if I can do this one quicker and faster, and probably a little bit better, so it doesn't look as funky as this left one, right one here. Maybe your left, my right. I don't know. Let's see. I also didn't order too many of these bumpers just because I wanted to try them out. So I think I got enough just for like, I think these 5 and maybe like 2 or 3 more. As you can tell, it does suck putting these things on. Like a lot. If you thought I had problems putting graded guards on, these are even worse. I don't even know they're supposed to stretch like this. But as long as they don't damage my slab and they give us some sort of bump protection, I'm cool with it. But yeah, guys, just, you know, just a reminder to you all out there to invest or spend your money wisely. If you are gonna buy a slab, please protect it. If you are going to protect it, please protect it with something that you feel comfortable with. Why do I feel like this one went in nicer, but it's giving me more issues? Should I give it more play? Okay. Wow. Well, thank you. Now, can we get this other corner in? That'd be great. Or not. See, this one looks already nicer from the top and the sides than this one, but yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully by slab 5, I'm way better at this, because how embarrassing would it be just to kind of leave a slab like this, right? There has to be a method to this madness. So let me check out what that method is for. Let's see, maybe like that. Instead of going against gravity, maybe we can use gravity. There we go. Okay, yeah. All right, y'all, make sure you guys start from the top and go down. Use gravity to your favor. And this one does look a little bit better than the Mickey one. I mean, after I got it correctly. So yeah, look at that. That looks better. I get it, guys. It's not perfect. It's not gonna look like my previous graded card videos, but there we go. Yeah, so I guess this thing has to slide in there really nicely, but again, I'm not gonna bore you all. Just a nice little protection. Does it stack? It probably does. Not really. They'll slide off if you stack them, FYI. Okay, third slab. Dun dun dun. Ooh, can't let this one go, right? No letting it go with Elsa, Snow Queen. Beautiful PSA plastic that we shall be removing. And it's a good thing I only got a little bit of these bumpers, just because they're honestly really hard to put on. And I think for like the price of like 3 of these, I could have bought like maybe 1 graded card. So next time I'll just be investing in something else. But for right now, for what we have, this is great. Yes. If y'all mentioned that I need to clean it, yes, you're right. I do need to clean it. There we go. Gotta be equal with all the slabs here. This one was a little smudgy there. Smudge. Better. There we go. I'm probably gonna have to go back and do that to all the cards that we guarded, actually, now that I think of it. I didn't do that with the other ones, which was not smart, especially since the graded guard does have like a, what's it called? Like plastic in the back. The last thing that I need was to insert it with smudges, but you know, lessons learned. This is how we learn, y'all. You know, we won't always get it right the first time. Everything is a growing process, so please take that as life advice. I know we try to do everything to the best of our capabilities, but sometimes we just have to, like, you know, try it out, give it a shot, and then just refine as we go. And that's what I'm gonna have to be doing with those graded guards, actually. So I'm gonna take my own life lesson into play and do it. All right, y'all. So there we go. Another bumper on. Yeah, I wouldn't be trusting these with any falls whatsoever. I think this is just more like if you're going to be storing it or transporting it. For example, you go to a card show and let's just say you don't have a bunch of graded guards on hand or dragon scale or whatever that may look like. Just kind of put these on just in case, like, the road is bumpy. You have some bumpers. So there we go. Okay, look at that. This one snapped way better into place, and that does look way better. I mean, you know, 98%. 98%'s an A. I'll take that. All right. So as you can see here, we are refining our process. Really bad, better, good. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, Mickey Mouse Musketeer. One for all and all for one. Let's go. Now, this is actually one of my favorite movies, is the Three Musketeers, with like Donald, Goofy, Mickey, and then it has, like, you know, other classical characters in there. If you know who the villain is, please mention it down below. If you don't know, you probably know, you just don't know. So I like the little short bandit guy. He's really funny. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's probably like the funniest one of them all. Out of the 3 bandits, right? The small one is like the funniest one. But yeah, if you haven't watched the Three Musketeers with the Disney version with like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, it's a good movie. I watched it with my daughter. She loved it. It has all 3 like iconic characters from, you know, the past, and it does have Princess Minnie. So if y'all were wondering, which I was when I played Kingdom Hearts, where kind of like the castle came from, right? That you go to in Kingdom Hearts 2. This movie, The Three Musketeers, actually shows that. So a nice little tidbit for us. As you can tell, I am a huge fan, especially with Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2. That's where they got the castle from. So just be on the lookout for that. It's on Disney Plus. Feel free to check it out. It's a good movie. I liked it. Jesus. Why is this so hard? Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't order many of these bumpers. Next time I'm just gonna suck it up and just buy guards instead, because this really sucks. See, I thought we were getting better here, but I guess not so much, huh? Yeah, this is harder than I thought. Well, I got my money's worth, that's for sure. It's true what they say, you get what you pay for. I knew that it was too much of a good deal to be true. Alright. As much as I want to leave it like this and move on to our final slab, I just can't do it. Okay, screw this. Let me see. Damn, this was tight. Nice. Alright. See, it has some wedges in there, so that's essentially like where the slab should go. However, I don't know if... Yeah, let's see. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should stretch them out beforehand, huh? Maybe that did help a little bit. Maybe. Or not. It's just... Damn, guys. Alright. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say what we all thinking right now. These bumpers suck. Okay. What if I tried it the other way, huh? I think the design team is gonna have to work on these. They don't even come with any brands. It's just like blank front and back. So I don't even know what brands these are. Probably just made. Probably just little knockoffs or something else, you know. Usually. Wow. I honestly expected this to go different in my head. I'll just be honest with you. I thought these bumpers would be just a little bit more, well, let's just say flexible, a little bit more play. I guess in one good side is that if it is firm, right, like it's cool, like it'll just stay on the slab, just kind of what you want, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like, huh. Okay, that was easier. And yes, I'm gonna have to work on the wedges once I'm done, because I don't want to keep boring y'all with. There we go. Sweet. All right, done, 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 and we're finishing it off like how we started with Mickey Mouse Wayward Sorcerer, super rare, and as we shared, he always goes for the clean sweep. So hopefully we get a clean sweep with this last bumper. So while I'm trying to do this, I'm not gonna bore your guys' lives. So this is a super rare. You can tell by that silver shell right there. I call it a shell. Other people can call it a whatever it is, but I call it a shell. And then this beautiful diamond, this beautiful triangle right there is a rare. So this is super rare, that's rare, and then we got an uncommon and another rare. Pretty cool. I almost said diamond. Can you believe that? People would be like, dude, you don't even know your shapes, bro. Like, no wonder you call that thing a shell. Okay, let's learn our lesson. Stretch it out a little bit. Give you some stretch action, you know. All right. Now let's put it on top like this. Maybe this is the way, guys. Maybe this is the way. You know, some Mandalorian life right there. This one actually has a new insert too, so I'm actually more excited for this one. Not that the old certs don't matter, but you know, supposedly they said that they bumped up, well, not supposedly, but stats show that it's harder now to get a 10 with PSA than before the newer 10 certs. And I think with the 13 they changed their slabs, so for people that are trying to crack slabs for PSA, I believe a 13 cert is a little bit harder than like anything before it. If you're new to this hobby and you're wondering why people crack slabs, is because a 10 is like the highest grade you can get, right? Everybody wants a 10. Who doesn't want a 10? So when people get a 9 or an 8 and they feel like their card was misgraded because of the inconsistencies that have been shown in grading companies, they crack them so they can resubmit them in the hopes that, you know, they'll get a 10. There are some cards out there that, you know, when they get a 9, it's because of like some whitening on the card, maybe like a little surface scratch that isn't too crazy, especially if it's not in the center or in the image of the card, like the art itself. Like stuff like that may get you a 9. But if you do have like a crispy clean card and you get a 9, of course you're not going to be happy with the grade, so people try to crack it, resubmit it, or just send it to a different company. So yeah, so that's kind of how this hobby goes. Just a little story tell with Collector Corral Gem Minted while he tries to put a damn bumper on a slab, y'all. How hard does this really need to be? Like in my head, I thought this was gonna be like super easy. I didn't think we were gonna be like 20 minutes in. I thought we were gonna be like maybe like 10, 15 minutes at most. But no, here we are. Here we are. All right, there we go. Let me put it into the wedges. Okay, so there we go. That was not a clean sweep. That was not a clean sweep whatsoever. Some of these look a little bit deformed, but we made it through the end, y'all. Thank you for joining me today. I'm happy to share these PSA 10s with you all from the first chapter with 3 different rarities. We have uncommon, rare, super rare, common, rare, super rare. It was a pleasure. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, protect your slabs. We work hard for our money. We want to make sure we protect our beautiful hobby, protect our beautiful collections, and admire the art as much as possible. And I probably won't be buying any more bumpers moving forward. I may just stick to graded guard or something of that sort. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, we can always refine and make things better.